Hey, what's up, world? My name is Malcolm from Organically Awkward. If you haven't heard already about Anchor app, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First and foremost, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it could be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
We're live.
We're live and direct.
Live and direct.
What's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Organically Awkward. This is Malcolm with
And
my boy
this is-
Tristan.
Oh, you said it for me.
You can say it yourself, I guess.
Nah, it works for me.
That's Tristan, as y'all know already. So today we're going to talk about this COVID-19, how this has been, I guess, on both of us, and what our thoughts about it and all that kind of good jazz. So,
Yeah.
want to start off, Tristan?
Yeah, I'll start off. Let's see here. How many months are we in? Is this like 8-9 months we've been dealing with this?
Yeah, I believe so. I think we started like in March.
Okay. Question for you: is it real or is it a hoax?
Okay, I think that it is real, but I do think that it was something that was like started, if that makes sense. Like I don't think it came out of nowhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think it's something like to do with like I could get in trouble for this population control. I think it has something to do with population control, and I feel like our current government, as well as government in China, I think they kind of partnered together and created this thing that we're in right now. So.
Okay, I'm kind of right there with you. I would say at first, I thought it was all hoax. I thought it was some type of conspiracy. I think as the months have gone by, I'm maybe taking a little bit more serious since like people have been dying.
Right,
so it's like I don't want to be disrespectful because people have died, so I don't want to be fully disrespectful in my theories. But
exactly,
definitely when it first started, I'm like, this ain't real. But then I started thinking like, is this something that was like, because they were trying to say it was like a bat, somebody ate a bat or something.
Yeah, they had a bad bat.
So, some bad bat soup. So I don't know. Like I'm thinking, like, was this made in a lab? Was this like, is it population control? Because it's like, well, we got 300 million. You see how difficult it is for like China, India. They got 1 billion people with little land to put them in. What are you going to feed all these people? So is it population control? I mean, it definitely could be. Could be.
Right.
But I mean, the root of it, it's just like it's hard to like pinpoint what it is, what it really is. Like you have people who are like, it's nothing. The flu is worse, and then you have people who are like, wear a mask. This is the worst thing ever. So it's like I don't know. It's just a touchy situation, difficult situation to kind of gauge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And it's like everything in our life has changed, and it's like, well, I mean, for me, I've been quarantined for years now. I've been doing this. I was a revolutionary in quarantine. I've been in the house.
It's almost funny because I thought about you like when this shit first hit. I'm like, well, this is right up my boy's alley.
Yeah, I remember them first 2 weeks of the lockdown. Everybody was nervous, like, oh man, everybody was going crazy. I'm like, this is normal. This is easy. Let me give you the 10 steps on how to quarantine. I'll tell you how to really do it.
Like, man, he said nothing but a word.
Yeah, I've been doing this for shit, man. My whole life I've been quarantined. I stay in the house. I'm a house animal, man. Ain't nothing in these streets for me.
Stoop Kid Coop.
Stoop Kid Coop ain't nothing in these streets for me. I'll watch from a distance. You guys can have fun in these streets. See what happens. You see what happens. People got this virus.
You see what's still happening. It's crazy because I don't know, cause like I remember when I first heard about it. Cause I work in the airport industry, so when I first caught wind of it, this was like back in like October. I first heard about it like last year October. I'm
Really?
like, yeah, the news been came out on that, like, but it was going on in China at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't coming out here. I'm like, gosh,
Y'all keeping in confidential information.
no, not through the airport. I didn't hear that. I seen that shit on the news. Like
Really?
personally, yeah, I seen that shit on the news. I was like, oh shit, like, what the fuck is going on?
I didn't I didn't hear about it till like February, but I haven't watched the news in about 20 years. So
Right. Nah, I've been on the news a lot, brother. Like that shit, especially what's been going on these last other 4 years. I'm like, man, let me just tune in and see what's going on in the world. But long story short, I'm just like peeping the news, but then in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, they gotta shut this shit down. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's like, it ain't no way in the world. Like, if it's killing that many people already out there, and the shit just came out, like, you could imagine if the
and
shit makes its way over to the U.S. and then
yeah,
sure enough, November came, December came, nothing happened. January came, nothing happened. February came, still nothing happened. And then all of a sudden,
yeah,
and then we on lockdown. I'm like, wow,
yeah.
it's crazy.
So at that time of October, when you were like, we need to shut it down, were you thinking of like shut it down in the way that they did, where they were like everyone needs to stay home and things like that, or you were just kind of like shut the virus down, like type of thing?
Oh no, they should have been put everybody on lockdown, and they should have shut down travel. To me, that was the number one thing they should have did was shut down the travel because that shit wasn't in the U.S. like by that time. Like, and
Okay.
then it shit started spreading even more. Like once November came, that's when like they should have just been like, nah, like we ain't like sorry folks, like you ain't taking your trip to your Christmas trip or Thanksgiving trip or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everybody stay your ass at home. We locking this shit down until that shit dies down over there, and then we can continue with what we can, go continue with life. You know what I'm saying? But nope, it shit didn't happen that way. You know what I mean? And evidently, you can see the results. Like now we're like what the number one leading nation with this shit, and it's like,
Yeah.
and then for a lot of other reasons too, because motherfuckers don't like to listen. Everybody want to go outside
Yeah.
and party and oh, I don't care. I'm gonna have my summer. I'm gonna have my Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have my Christmas party. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like, all right, you go on and do that, pimp. Like, and then see what happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not to knock anybody that passed away that because of a situation like that. Kind of that's a sensitive topic, but at the same time too, it's like, yo, like, what'd you expect?
But at the same time, if people aren't listening, but I feel like we're gonna get it. It's just, are we going to be able to handle it type of thing? Because it's like you can wear a mask, you can stay inside, but it's like you're always going to have some type of contact. So
Right.
it's like how can you, like, there's always a chance to get it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's weird because everybody's like if you get sick, like at my job or probably any job, it's like if you get sick, oh, go get tested. But the thing with the test, like you get a test and then you have to wait like a day or two or even longer for your results. It's like you can come like
Right.
negative, but then
It-
after you took the test,
yeah,
you could have got it. So it's just like,
exactly.
what's the point? Like,
Exactly.
and it's like I don't know if this is true, but I guess like most places, if you travel, like once you get there, you have to quarantine for like 2 weeks or something.
I know in Hawaii you got to do that.
And it's like, what's the point of traveling? Like, what if you only got 2 week vacation?
Right. Right.
And then you just gotta stay in a motel, hotel room, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
for 2 weeks. Like it's like you can do that at home. I'll give you the handbook. I'll give you the stuff.
Man, personally, I feel like I already had that shit like last year. Like it was around November. I remember I got like real sick, like bad, and I remember everybody at work was getting sick, and I never been sick like that, like ever. Like it was like a cool like month. I was sick. Like no, okay, so I was sick like end of November for like a week or two, and then it went away. Then I was cool for
Have you
3 weeks. Then toward the
have you ever did the have you ever, my bad to cut you
oh
off. Have you ever did the test?
I just did a test today. Another one.
Uh,
Yeah,
so you're waiting for your results?
yeah. I'm waiting for the results, but I had two tests already. They both came back negative, so that's cool. But not. But at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like I think like a little bit after that first time I was sick for like 2 weeks, and then like when December hit, like right before the New Year started, I remember I got sick January 1st. Like I was out New Year's Eve, and I came back to work that next day, and that's when I got it. And I don't know if it was COVID or not. I didn't get tested for it, but I was sick for like a cool 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like that whole month of January, I was out. and I had never been sick like that before. Like all the symptoms that they say that you get, you know what I'm saying? I had all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was scary.
On the 2 tests that you took, did it say? Because I thought like if you take a test, it tells you like if you're positive or if you have the antibodies, meaning you had it before. Did it say anything about that on there?
No, I don't know. I just did like the little driving test at CVS. You just stick it up your nose and then put the swab in, and then let's say you get your results in like 2 to 4 days or something. But
okay.
but yeah, nah. But I didn't get that like till like months later. Like I think the first test I did was like back in like August, and then like I just recently did one like 2 weeks ago, and then like the other day I was having like some like kind of symptoms, some COVID like symptoms. I was like, man, that she ain't feeling too cool, man. I called out of work, slept the whole entire day, woke up, I felt fine, and then I just went and got a test today, so I'm waiting for those results.
But it's tricky because it's like the COVID symptoms, aren't they like the same exact as like a flu symptom?
Mm-hmm.
Except I think like COVID is like you lost a taste. I don't know if that happens with the flu, but I know COVID has that.
Right.
But mostly it's the same as like the flu
symptom.
Yeah,
pretty much. But I remember when I was sick, like back last year, December, like that's exactly what that was. Like I had like that loss of taste, the body aches, headaches, all that shit. I had the chills. Like, man, I remember coming home, bro. Like my whole body was like shivering, like I was freezing cold, and I had the heater blasted in my room. And then the next day I was hella hot, like burning up. Like I had to like take off like dinner on my clothes. Like I'm laying in my bed, like puddle full of sweat. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was scary.
You sound like you're patient zero. You brought it in, man.
Shit, man. I felt like ET in that motherfucker. You know, at the end when they had him with all the tubes and shit. I felt like and I was still going to work. They were trying to fire my ass, man. I was like, man. Oh man, that shit was scary. But man, I don't wish that on nobody, bro. Like that shit wasn't cool, you know. But it was weird because like since that time I was sick, I never got sick the rest of the year. The rest of the whole year, I haven't really been sick.
I know I got sick like the whole month of February. Like I was having shortness of breath and like a runny nose. Like I wasn't like super sick, but I definitely had like a shortness of breath, like which was definitely weird. It was like the whole month of February, and I thought I had it. I don't think I had it, but at the time, like I was thinking like shit, I might have had it when like I was having like because that was when I started hearing about it the most. It was like around like February and then early March. And I don't know. I thought I had it, but I don't know. Now I think I'm like, nah, I don't think I had it.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the people who have it now, like they have way worse symptoms than what I had.
Right.
Because like I was cool for the most part. It was just like I would get shortness of breath and then like start coughing and stuff.
Yeah.
But I never really had it like that, like a shortness of breath when I was sick. So I don't know. It was weird. And I was like, I'm going to work. I need this.
Right. Exactly. That's how I was with.
And that's how a lot of people are right now. For your job, do you have to do the little checklist before you go in?
Man. Man, they recently, bro, like they threw all that shit out the window. Yeah, like now it's like, man, you just come to work. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel sick, that's on you to know that you got to call out. So it's kind of cutthroat now.
Yeah, my job, everybody got to do the damn checklist. If you mark like you have a symptom on any of it, all hell breaks loose. Yep, and it's just like, man, I'm ready to get done with these.
Yeah, I'm done with it too, man. I'm done with it. You know, just life in general. I think it's gonna be this whole like moving forward. Like I don't think this is gonna change. Like things are gonna be changed for like permanently.
It's been surging, I guess. Like I don't really watch the news, but anytime I get a little glimpse of it, it's like, oh, record day Monday, then Tuesday, oh, another record day, and it's just like it's surging. And you just look at the store shelves, look at the toilet paper. That's how you know it's booming when all the toilet paper.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And like last time I went last week, I was at Target. All the toilet paper gone. It's like, what do you guys want with the toilet paper?
People be shitting, man. They trying to be leaving their house. Shit, man.
Like you need to get the food so you can shit.
Like they trying to sell that thing, man.
Crazy for the toilet paper. I remember when it first happened. I was mad because they went for the toilet paper, and then when they got the toilet paper, they went for the paper towels. You know what they did after they got the paper towels? They went for the goddamn baby wipes. It's like for people who got fucking babies. They cleaned out the baby wipes. There's a couple left, and it's just like, this is some bullshit. Like, why would you do this? But there's a food full of shelves.
Right.
All the food shelves are full. Like,
now I remember one time, man. Not to cut you off, but back in March or April or something, like when the shit first popped off, I went to Walmart like with my mom's. You know what I'm saying? Like just to get like some stuff, and then what was it? They was all out of toilet paper, all out of paper towels and all that. So we just getting like other stuff. And I think she was like upstairs, and that's like Walmart made like this big ass announcement. They're like, everybody, we have toilet paper, we have paper towels, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was like a herd of cows. I was one of them too. Everybody was running up top to get the fucking paper towels and toilet paper, but they was only allowing like one per family and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, like I had to buy like my own separate shit, for the house. But I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like what the fuck is going on with these people, man? Like with this toilet paper shit, like niggas this damn much to me.
Yeah, when it first happened, I remember it was crazy. All the toilet paper, all the water was gone. People were talking about the National Guard is being called in and everybody's gonna be locked down. It's like, I remember when they actually did do the lockdown, it's like most people were still working. They're just like, oh, I'm an essential worker. And it's like, are we really locked down?
It was niggas still partying and shit. I'm locked down. I'm like, man, this ain't no. And then after that, that's when the whole George Floyd thing popped off. I was like, oh shit. Now I think after that, that's when everybody was like, fuck that lockdown shit. Everybody outside, and then like the whole like the government probably just looked at the ban like, we're just gonna let people have their summer. Like, I'm like, man.
Yeah. But kind of back on the toilet paper talk and the conspiracy talk, kind of one thing that crossed my mind is like, this is a test for something bigger. Like maybe our government they sprinkled this on us for a test to see how we would deal with something on a smaller
scale.
Kind of circuit, even though a smaller scale. I'm not saying this is small, but I think there's something bigger that we could be tested for, and they're trying to see how we react and how we would get through something bigger, like another country was to attack us.
No, I believe it. I definitely think they got something else under their sleeve, to like, more like population control or what have you, But it's just scary to think about.
It happened in a damn fish market because a fish ate a bat or something. It's like, come on now, man. You got hillbillies in America eating fucking possums and skunks and rats off the street.
Oh, man. Motherfuckers selling pigeons on a stick. And we over here tripping off a goddamn bat, man.
Fucking scorpion and chocolate and shit. You can go buy gourmet scorpion.
Motherfuckers drinking worms with tequila and shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, man, I just got done eating some crickets when I was in Mexico. Down fast. Like, man.
All this stuff. You got that one boxer drinking his own pee. Come on now. It's like, you've been doing nasty stuff, and someone ate a bat. Nobody in all the years of the rail, nobody ate a bat yet.
Wasn't Ozzy Osbourne eating bats on stage? Like, come on, bro.
It's like, you don't lie to me like that. Like,
yeah, that's what I think. I think it's like a man-made kind of concoction that they kind of just put up together, and on top
some Resident Evil type of thing. Like they were making it in a lab, and it spilled over and got into the vents.
And then on top of that, I really think they got a vaccine for this shit too. They're just not releasing it because you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, they've been had a vaccine. The thing is, they got 3 vaccines that they've been making for like this whole time, and I guess they've been testing it, and it's like all these billionaires got their hands in the pot, and it's just like, so you guys are gonna capitalize over a pandemic with some vaccine? It's like, how the hell do you have a vaccine so quick?
Right.
Because when it first happened, they had a vaccine. It just had to be tested.
That was that one Bill Gates had, right?
Yeah, Bill Gates got one, and I think there's some other ones. And it's like, I know there's a lot of smart people in the world, but you mean to tell me some shit that nobody's seen before? You had a vaccine in 2 weeks that was ready to be tested on people
for a national pandemic that's been going on that no one had the cure for, but all of a sudden it works in 2 weeks. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
It's a somebody ate a bat on a Wednesday and on Thursday it was a pandemic and Friday you have a ready fucking antidote to be tested on people.
Man, you remember
like,
the swine flu? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like, these rotten pigs and these mad cow disease. You got niggas scared to eat burgers and shit, and now all of a sudden they had the vaccine. I was like, I don't want to take that shit. Like,
was the damn wait because there was the swine flu and then there was the fucking
the bird flu. Yep.
And then there's the was that the H1N1?
That was like some other shit, I think, too.
Or something. Okay. It's like you got all these shits every year. You got some new shit. It's just like back in the day, nobody knew about this. Maybe they should stop telling people about this shit, and then we won't have none of this shit.
Yeah.
They're creating all this stuff. Oh, we got the fucking the bug flu.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
we got this because you're telling us what it is. Like,
for I don't know how long. And then like I hear like with this COVID shit, like COVID been out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like this is a brand new thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like what the 19th cut of it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you mean to tell me that? You mean to tell me you don't got no more cuts of this shit? You know what I'm saying? You only got it's only up to 19. I bet I believe it's probably way more than that. You know what I'm saying? And they got cures for all of them things too. It's just this is the one they not trying to they keep it from the people because it's like, nah, let's kind of scale that back. You know, trying to limit the people, the population.
I don't know about the vaccine. You
Man,
taking
hell
the
nah.
vaccine? I'm taking that damn vaccine. Ever since I seen the fucking girl walking backwards after she took a damn flu shot, she was crip walking backwards. I'm like, I ain't taking no vaccine.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I took a flu vaccine this year, a flu shot. No, the first time I did one since like high school. And I've always been like, nah, I'm cool off the shots and shit. But like, I was like, you know what? This year, I think I might have to, just because I work in an area where it's like a lot of people. So I'm like, man, I might as well because these motherfuckers don't listen.
I don't know, man. I took my shots for my credentials to go to school, and now I'm done after that. When I was a little kid, I took them the measles and the chicken pox, but these flu shots, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I believe it. I feel like they put the shit in you. You know what I mean? Like, now, granted,
they put a small dose, something like that.
Now, granted, like when I got my flu shot recently, like I ain't feel nothing. So, but I'm still like adamant on like, nah, I'm against them vax and all that.
And then there was like a couple years ago where they had the flu shot, gave the flu shot to everyone, and then they're like, oh yeah, this actually doesn't kill the flu. This is like we didn't guess the right flu this year, type of thing. Because it's like when they make the flu shot, they're guessing on what the flu is or something. So it's like it's not a guarantee. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just gonna keep talking. So I think it's like it's not a guarantee. It's like they guess what type of strain of the flu it is, and they make a vaccine. And I think like a couple years ago, they're like, yeah, it actually isn't the right strain, so this flu shot won't work, but we'll still give it to you. It's like you ain't giving it to me. I probably should take a flu shot though. My ass ain't been to the doctors in 20
Man, I ain't seen it. I just started seeing the doctor. I saw some other shit, but I think actually when I got sick that time, I was like, damn, like I might have to go see the doctor. And then, then kind of trying to.
Yeah, I should go. I feel all weird, but I haven't been to the doctor. And when you go, they go, oh, you need this shot, and we're looking at your records, and you don't got.
I ain't come here for all that. I just came here for a general diagnosis, my brother. Like, like this ain't the car shop. Like,
that's it. And it's worse for women. Like when women go, oh, you need this checkup and that checkup and this shot and that shot. And it's just like, damn, where are they putting in women nowadays, man? Did it go blank? Testing. Testing. Testing 1. Testing 2. Testing 3. Is anybody out there? Testing.
Hey, you can hear me? Oh, okay,
I can
okay.
hear you now.
You went out?
Okay. So I don't know. Like on my end, it seemed like I was talking, but I couldn't
No,
hear anything.
I could hear it. I heard everything you were saying, and you was like testing, testing, testing. Like, you good, man? You're like testing.
Uh, yeah, it just went blank. I'm like, what the hell? But the
Yeah.
thing was still going. So I'm like,
Uh,
man,
yeah,
okay, it's clear now. It's like
right.
clearer than it
Shit,
was
the
before.
testing probably worked. Shit.
I got that. I got the
Yeah.
magic voice, man. I got the antidote in my voice. Worked on the airway.
No, but I was gonna say, like, what was your I guess, as far as like your life, like how did like COVID, I guess, change, like, in your daily life?
For me, I mean, I would say for the most part, it actually didn't change because you know me, I'm quarantined my whole life. But like, I mean, like as far as like work goes, like hours were cut, but it got back to
Mm.
normal for the most part. Um, um, but like, I mean, it didn't affect me too much. Just more of maybe like my nerves. Like it's like I don't know what to think. One minute I'm like this is some bullshit, it's a hoax, and then the next minute I'm like I don't know. I hope like no shit pops off, breaks out, but. More so, I would say maybe a little more of like a mental
Right.
type of effect on me, or like with me, like yeah, mental because it's like my daughter a couple weeks ago she got sick, and then it's just like did
Right.
she got COVID? Like what's going on? Like with her? So it's just more mental with me. Like I like being in the house. I don't mind being in the house. At work, like it's pretty much back to normal as it can be for the most part. Um, Adjusted to wear
Hmm.
a mask every day, but I mean, I don't, it wasn't too bad. Maybe something, maybe my mind drawing a blank. Maybe something will come to me. How did it affect you, or how do you kind of
Um,
handling everything?
I don't know. It's kind of a weird transition, just not being able to, I guess, do things outside of work. Because luckily, I've still been able to work throughout this whole time. But yeah, just seeing
Yeah,
like the airport go from like literally like no people at the airport, like that was kind of crazy. Like airport being completely empty the whole entire day. You know what I mean? And like, um,
yeah,
say like once the summer hit, that's when things started like picking up a little bit. Now it's like it's damn near back to normal in a way. Um, I mean, it's still not as many people as
yeah,
it used to be, but as far as like I guess the amount of people flying on these flights, it's like it's definitely like picked up a lot. So it's like it's kind of like I don't know, not like I guess not that it like angers me, but it's just kind of like it's frustrating, because it's like things could improve if people just like follow the precautions, but a lot of people don't. So that's the part that's kind of like
yeah,
frustrating because like damn man, like we could really just be up out of the situation if everybody just kind of like sacrifice. I know it's hard to sacrifice already. We already sacrificed enough. A lot of people aren't working right now. A lot of people are relying on EDD checks to come in and all that stuff to make it happen for them and their families and stuff. But at the same time too, it's like man, like if we look at the bigger picture, like everybody just stay inside for just a cool month. Don't go nowhere. Don't go partying. Like fuck that little baby shower, or whatever, like you kind of hold back on some of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like the traveling, like Vegas ain't going nowhere. Like all these places, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like if everybody kind of just stay disciplined on that hype, I think that we could overcome this. But people don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that's kind of like I guess it's like more or less frustrating on
yeah,
my end.
yeah. Do you think like if we go back into another lockdown that like just about like everyone should go into a lockdown, or do you think it should be the same like where essential workers going lockdown? Because it's like when we went into the lockdown, they're like, oh, essential workers still have to work and everything. it was like I seen like at least like 70% of people who are working are considered essential workers. So it's like we're all pretty much still kind of out and about. Maybe we're not partying and and doing things like going to sporting events or concerts or things like that, but we're all still out and about. So it's like, how can we really control it? How can we shut it down
Right.
to where it stops?
Honestly, I think that's where the government has to come into play. You know, like the stimulus checks, like that shit should have been like a monthly thing. It shouldn't have been just like a one time payment
Yeah,
and you just kind of figure it out from there. Like, nah, like that 1,200, that shit should have been, and should have been more than that. Should have been like at least
but
like 2 G's, 2 to 3 G you get every week, like
yeah,
every 2 weeks, like boom, it's like in your own.
yeah.
Like, because the government definitely got the money for it.
And them stimulus checks were kind of yeah, them stimulus checks were kind of dumb in a way because it's like they didn't want you to like go out and buy things you need. They wanted you to go out and
Exactly.
buy bullshit for the economy to keep the economy going. They didn't want you to like take care of like bills or anything. I mean, they said, okay, yeah, you can pay some
Mm-hmm.
bills, but yeah, go spend some
Yes,
money.
they
It's like,
they
what
start
type of
having all
shit is
them
that? You
blowout
want us to go
sales.
buy
I
some
remember
bullshit?
all them companies started like, oh, we got these
Yeah,
super sales. Like, get these for this, get this for this. Like, whoa, like,
yeah,
get that stimulus money. Let's get it. You know what I mean? It's like, man, y'all missing the whole point of the shit. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So it's like they gave one stimulus check, and then there was like the rent forgiveness or whatever. It's like where like your landlords couldn't charge you rent, but I don't really know how that worked. Like, could they just not charge you rent, but then when everything is lifted, then you owe back payment, or is it like your monthly rent that you couldn't pay was that
that
waived for
that part I
people?
don't know.
Because
I hope
like
it's not no back pay for people because
yeah,
that'd be kind of messed
yeah,
up. Like, how you expect these
yeah,
people to pay all that
yeah,
money when they wasn't working?
yeah, yeah. Because it's like say your rent is like what I don't know. Say
Right.
somebody's rent is like 2,000, and they waived it for 4 months. So does that mean after four
Yeah.
months you owe
Plus
them
the extra
eight
two you got to
thousand?
come up with for that month, so now
So
you
it's
owing
like
them 10,000.
yeah,
Like, get the fuck
yeah.
out of
So it's like I don't know how yeah. I don't know how it worked because it's like if that was the case, then with all that, oh, you don't have to pay that
right,
was just
right.
pointless. And I don't think the government was assisting people as far as on that end on their rent fees. They were just, oh, here's $1,200, $500 if you have a kid, um, and then the EDD little bonus,
Mm-hmm.
from what I remember, is what people got. But was that enough? Like in the end, probably not. It's like I'm waiting for that stimulus too, and Joseph Biden need to come with that stimulus too. He has until January 30th. I'm counting down. I'll give him 1 week in office, and I need my
Man,
stimulus three check.
for real, you got to get it figured.
Mr. Joseph Biden, President Joseph Biden, I need that stimulus
You got
three
to
check
figure it
January
out.
30th.
And honestly, like, even like the president that's still here, you know what I mean? Like, the thing that's kind of sad, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he lost the election. I'm talking about Trump, but it's like he still is kind of putting the American people like it's like a second fiddle. It's like, oh well, I remember like they were talking about the second stimulus check before the election. He was like, we'll wait till after the election and see what happens. And now since he lost, he's like, oh, that's not my problem anymore. Like what? Like nah, motherfucker, you're still
Yeah,
the
he don't care
president. You
about
know what
that.
I'm saying? Like you should be trying to find ways to work with the one that's coming in to how y'all gonna make this happen for people. You know what I'm saying? Like
He ain't work. He ain't trying to help with all that. He trying to still win the thing. Last time I heard or seen. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if he conceded or
nah,
whatever
hell no, I
or
ain't
he
giving up,
gave
man.
up,
That
but
motherfucker gonna wait till the very last day to pass it. He gonna leave that White House a mess too, probably. Probably trash the motherfucker and everything.
yeah,
Hella petty.
yeah,
I heard you trying to start another war right now. Like you trying to start a war with Iran or some shit. Like, come on, bro. Like we in a damn pandemic. You trying to start a fucking war right now? Like the last
yeah.
thing motherfuckers need.
I think I think he's been causing problems with Iran for a minute. They've been having
Yeah.
having issues for a minute. It's like you got
You
2 months
better
left. Just like
exactly. You should be
give
trying to
people
do
money.
everything in your
Just
power to appease people, just so if you want to run again, people will vote for you again. Because that's what I would try to do, make a good lasting impression. Like, you know what? I'm gonna give these people this the second round. You know what? I'm gonna work on a number third round too. You know what I'm saying? y'all can fuck it. Y'all can even have my money.
I'm like, here's the stimulus 2. Here's the stimulus 3.
Yep, shit.
Give me your
I'll
vote
for sure be doing
years,
that. I give niggas PS5s, Xboxes, whatever you need, man. Like, I got.
Because I mean, if you look at it, he did get what 70+ million votes. So it's like he got people on his side. So it's like he need to try to buy some other votes if he was smart. I mean, I wouldn't vote for him, but I mean, he should try to buy some votes.
Man, if I was
he has
him,
2 months
I mean, I
left.
wouldn't vote for him neither. But shit, I'll be getting people PS5s and stimulus checks, trying to work the system.
Get at it. Get out of jail free card. I'm
dropping all student loan debt
for free.
I'm dropping all rent forgive. So y'all don't have to pay that when it comes back. Everything's going back to normal. Like everything, making sure all this shit happens. I'm releasing people from jail, all that stuff, and then like right before he leaves, and then I'd be like, damn man, maybe we should have kept Trump. And see.
I would I would give out so much money that it'll put the country in debt. And then when Biden comes in, Biden can't like take the money away from people, like because then people are gonna be like, what the fuck? I would do some shady shit like that, like set up Biden, because it's like if Biden was to retract it, like, oh no, we don't got money for all that, like then everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck?
That's true. You'll see the true colors. Like, wait a minute, I thought you said you was for the people. Now you pull the money back. What you mean you was for the people? You ain't for the people.
But Joseph Biden, I can't trust him. Ever since he played that Despacito, I don't know. Ever since he pulled that stunt, I'm like, I don't know about
that
you.
stunt, and then the one where he was like,
Trump,
if you don't vote for me, then you staying black. Like, when he said them things, was like,
you're just a
yeah. To me, they're
Trump
both the same. I mean, I voted for Biden, but still, it's just like I think I'll pick the lesser of two evils in this situation. But
yeah, that's what it was. You got to pick the lesser of the two evils. But it's like I don't trust none of those. What it was, the 4 candidates or whatever, the vice president. None of them.
Nope,
They all look like slimy.
I don't trust a soul that runs for them kind of positions.
You gotta be a certain type of evil to be in politics. Like you gotta.
You know how many people you gotta lie to on a daily? You know what I'm saying? Like it's already hard enough to lie to a motherfucker just in one day, just to one person, but lie to multitudes of people, a whole nation, daily. Come on, bro. And with a smile on your face,
and can control the daily lives of people, and just kind of
it was kind of breaking up on that last part.
Oh shit! I kind of heard you though. I think it was cool on my end. I hope it was cool on my end.
But yeah.
I don't know. This country seems like the road.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough spot. These next, I guess, 4 years, especially with this pandemic. Do you have any like predictions as far as like when this pandemic's going to end, or if it's going to end, or?
The weird thing is when Biden gets in, he acting like it's going to end immediately. It's like, you know something we don't know, Biden. You don't have to fear anymore. Or you're gonna have a government who takes you know something we don't know. Like,
oh man,
how you guys going? That's like when it's like when people talk like that. It's like I don't know. I get kind of paranoid. It's like when people call out sick and they're like, "Oh, but I'll be back tomorrow."
Right.
How do you know you'll be back tomorrow? Like someone who's like sick, they don't know like anything. Like. Oh, but you're promising you'll be back tomorrow?
Yeah, your ass may not really be sick.
Yeah, all right. Man, I'm throwing up. I'm bleeding. Fucking, I got fucking brain residue coming out my nose. I'll be back tomorrow.
All right,
man. Okay.
You stay home for a few days. That sounds good.
My wife is a zombie. She bit my child, and she bit me, and I don't know what's going on. She's spazzing out. Her heart's not beating. She's ice cold, but I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, all right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have your check ready for you too. Come in.
Like I broke both my legs. I was in a bad car accident. I'm in Mexico right now. Flights are canceled. I'll be back tomorrow. It's like, how you gotta do this to me? Just say you ain't coming.
Shit. In Mexico. Oh shit. I'm going through customs, but I'm on my way.
I don't got a car, but I'm on my bicycle. I'll be there. Like, why you gotta do this to me?
Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see.
So I don't know, like, but I mean, they're saying the vaccine's on its way, but I don't know, man. And it's just like with this 4 years, it's like I don't even think Biden gonna survive these 4 years. I think he's gonna pass away, and it's gonna be Harris as the president. It's like I don't know how old Biden is. I'm estimating he's like
he's only like
112.
Like 2 years older than Trump.
I doubt he got 40. He don't look like he got many years left. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just like, he seemed like he's
withering away. I don't know why, but Biden reminded me of but my dude from Tales from the Crypt.
The Crypt Keeper.
He was dead on like him. He got that same head. Oh shit. Yeah, you got that haircut too.
You got the same haircut. Those 3 strands of hair. 3 strands of hair you see behind his ear.
Oh shit.
Oh. It's like they couldn't come up with some better candidates. Like we had.
For real. I wanted Bernie
Biden.
Sanders, but you know, he's just as old as them, so yeah, that's the thing.
Bernie don't have the team behind him because Bernie was I forget what political party he was, but I don't think
he was Democrat, but he was like he had some radical ideas, like even the Democrats wasn't even fucking with. So I think that's why he didn't.
I think he had to like join the Democrats when he tried to run like a couple years ago or whatever. He's something else. And then because he didn't win that time, he didn't get like the nominee to like run for president or whatever. He had to join the Democrats, and then they weren't. I don't think the Democrats were really fucking with him. That's why Obama got off his couch and came like it was like South Carolina or something. He came last minute and like won it for Biden because the Democrats. I don't think they really wanted Bernie Sanders, and it's like. Biden was even the strongest candidate. Harris, she backed out, and then it's like they weren't even fucking with each other. So he's like, you want me to vote for some people who weren't even fucking with each other 2 months ago, but now they're running together? Like, come on now. It's like I'm sorry, but I don't vote. Not saying it's a bad thing to do, but I don't know. I kind of look at it like you're voting for evil no matter what. You're voting for people to lie to you. It's like
the laws and shit, like, the bills and shit.
The bills or the lower
the measures and shit. Like
I forget what they're called. Are they called bills?
Yeah,
the measures, and it's like voting for like the governor, the mayor, Congress, Senate, like House, and all that. But it's like the president's like you're just voting for someone.
To me, you're voting for a face. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that what really matters is like the people that's in the House and the people that's in the Senate. That's the ones that are making all like the calls, because the president, all there is just the face. It's up to them, the House and the Senate. They're the ones that's like, all right, no, we're gonna move this way now, or all right, like we're gonna give out stimulus checks now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're the ones that's making that final call, not the president. Like,
And it's like if Trump wasn't like if he didn't say all that dumb shit he
He
said and
probably
all
would
that
have.
racist stuff he said, he probably would have won. But it's like it was 4 years of him just talking shit. So it's like that's what pretty much because it's like we live in a social media world. So it's like they see him or they see him like in his interviews or on Twitter just talking shit and just kind of being kind of like racist and stuff, and that's what they see. It's just like, but it's like at the same time,
Yeah.
it wasn't Biden racist as well. Didn't he say he said Obama was clean or something? Like oh yeah, he's
Right.
a clean
And then
man.
he's saying all that racist stuff back in the '90s too,
Exactly.
and in the '80s when you had the handing like
Yeah.
a lot of them drug laws that got a lot of brothers locked up and stuff, like free strikes and shit.
Yeah, and it's just like they're both racist, but it's like Biden is a little bit
Right. He
more
could like
well
verse a little bit
spoken
better.
nowadays, and he's he's not gonna say no bullshit Trump says, but it's just like if you look at it, it's like Trump has 70 plus million people back him, so it's just like the
Mm-hmm.
country is divided no matter what. So it's like if you hate Trump,
Right.
you have to hate
And that's
half
a
the country as well. And it's like I look at it as like,
yeah.
oh shit, you still there? And it's like I look at it as like I don't care about Trump. I don't care about Biden. I don't care about Democrats. I don't care about Republicans. It's like I just look at people as people. Like because you vote for Trump, I'm not gonna be like, oh fuck you. It's like if I can fuck with you in a day to day life, then I mean I'm not gonna just because you vote for Trump, I'm not gonna like take that against you. Or if you vote for Biden, it's like I don't really care. Is that if me and you can vibe, then it's like that's all that matters. It's like you have like people are like, oh, I can't be their
Hey,
friend. I
hey, you
can't
breaking
like
up.
date this girl if she votes for Trump. It's like pussy's pussy.
Yeah.
Like oh shit. Can you hear me now?
You're breaking
I was
up again.
saying like you have people who are like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't fuck with
It's
this
like when you
person
talk,
because
it
they
just goes
vote
like,
for Trump.
like
Oh shit.
it's like some weird shit. No, you're good now.
Oh shit. I can hear you clearly. Am I still breaking up? Okay. I was saying like you have people who are like the country is like all divided. It's like you have people who are like, oh, I can't fuck with this person because they're a Democrat. I can't fuck with this person because they vote for Trump. They're a Republican. It's just like at the end of the day, like if you have like a guy, any man who's like, oh, I can't fuck with her because she's a Republican, that's just stupid. Pussy's pussy. She a Republican pussy, and that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just like, it's like don't let that stop you. Like, oh, they voted for. I can't like
Right.
come on now. Like
Nah,
at the end of
I
the day,
agree
we
with
still
you.
gotta
Like,
live our
because
lives.
like me personally, like I could care less. Like as far as like your political background, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like that kind of like shows me like what kind of that like I guess maybe what kind of values you have, but like that doesn't like deter or like
Yeah,
ruin like a friendship. Like if I've been friends with you for over 10 years, I'm not gonna let who you vote for president dictate our friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as you don't treat me any kind of different way, and we. But
yeah,
as far as like racist and shit like that, like if
yeah,
you support that kind of shit, like I don't know, man. Like even women, you know what I'm saying? Like that's for the chick that like at least on the racist values, you know. As far as your president, I could give a fuck. But if you agree with like some of the racist bullshit that he said, it was like, yeah, no, I don't think you deserve to be in my presence, my circumference.
I think most.
Oh yeah, I
I
think
think
everyone's
most people
racist
are
to an
racist.
extent.
That's just my opinion.
Everyone has some kind of racism in their hearts, you know. Even our own people, they racist to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like oh well, I ain't gonna be. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just little shit, you know. Like oh, I don't want to park in this neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
why you gotta say that? You know, like
yeah. And unfortunately that's how it was built into to society is it's like that's how
right.
like people are built stereotypes and just on all that shit and it's like segregation and all that was
Mm-hmm.
not too far ago. Slavery was not too far ago. It's like people aren't going to just forget that. It's going to take hundreds
I
of
don't think it'll
years
ever go
for
away.
for that to ever go away.
As long as you have people in this world
Yeah,
that
it's
like
like
teach their youth to hate other races, like it will always continue. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's always going to be there, like because stereotypes. You know what I mean? Like stereotypes will always like be like in our world, in our society, unfortunately. I mean, I know it's a lot of biracial babies getting made right now in these day and ages, but even for them, that's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up in a society where it's like, damn, what side do I choose? You know what I mean? Like, exactly.
And what side accepts you? Because a lot of times, like both sides may not even accept you. So we live in a
just this country
world.
itself is confused. You know what I mean? Like, because like it's crazy because when you talk to people from other countries, like they talk about America, it's like, man, like y'all be making shit out of nothing. Like we don't even be tripping off half the shit that y'all be tripping off of. You know what I mean? Like I talked to this one dude, he's like from the Philippines, and he was like, man, like all that whole like light skin, dark skin, all that stuff, like we don't even like. It's just not even like a thing, like where we're at, and you know they come in all different shades, just like everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you got people probably in different countries, like okay, dark skinned people may live more on this side of the country, light skinned people may live more on this side of the country. You know, like so you have that kind of separation, but
there are a lot of cultures though who like light skinned people are looked at more.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they're
definitely.
On a higher pedestal than dark skinned people. Like there's cultures where they look at like dark skinned people. It's multiple cultures. I don't want to name any names, but kind of in my studying of the world over my years, there's like they look at like dark skinned people as like dirty, and then they'll look at like light skinned people more as clean and more like beautiful type of thing. And it's multiple cultures. It's even in our culture, like Puerto Ricans, they look at like the darker ones. They're like, and then the lighter ones get, they're like more of like
not for real. I remember my dad, like, because he's darker skin. He used to tell me like all his cousins, they like lighter skin. They used to call them like the negritos. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like y'all cousins. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why you got like how they just throw that name? But I mean, it's just like the culture. You know, like unfortunately.
And then when you have like black culture, there's always that civil war of light skin and dark skin, which is like stupid to me, but it's always a civil war. And so then myself, with I'm black, Puerto Rican, and white, that's just the confusion all over. It's just like, like it's all types of just like it's more of like I kind of look at it as like I'm all three, no matter what. But I don't know, people look at me like it's like who accepts me type of thing. And it's like over the years, it's like I've been not accepted by black people. I've definitely been not accepted by white people, and I've been I haven't come across too many Puerto Ricans other than you. Not too many. Puerto Ricans are cool, but I haven't experience a wide range, but it's like I've been not accepted by many people, and it's like it's just like the way the road is, and it's like a lot of times people don't even know what race I am, and it's like I don't know. I look at everybody. I don't care what race people are. I just look at everybody as people, but we're always most people are built to look at it. What color are you? What race are you? Where you come from? Type of thing. And that can be race. That can be where, like back in the day when in high school, everybody, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? It's like, does it matter where you're from? I'm not in the streets. We're high school kids. Like we what do? We do homework. We play video games. Like most of us are not in the streets. Why does it matter where I come from? Does that make me tougher? Does that make me cooler?
Exactly.
Like, what does it even matter? But that's how we're built. We're built to be like kind of geographical type of mentality.
Exactly, and even like religion, like what do you believe in? This is that. It's like, bro, like why does it even matter? Like we're all people at the end of the day. Like I could care less if you worship the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as you treat me cool, like I don't got no problem with you, bro. Like keep that shit over there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't got no problem with you, man. Like nobody. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on this from COVID, but it's still good.
I think because
Right.
I think we were talking about
Yeah.
like divided because how like the presidential election was like it was split. Even though Biden won,
Right.
it was still 70 million to 70
The
something
split.
million. So it's
Yeah.
like the country is type of split type of thing.
You look.
But that's how like life has always been. I guess, or even for us in California, where it's like we're a little bit, we're not as we're not like most states like the South. You go and it's like you got each race kind of in a small section kind of to themselves. We're a mixed breed over here, but it's still been that type of mentality
like
for us in California.
I don't know, like I mean I've been like a few states throughout my years, and you could see like the difference. I guess like I think the only place that's like kind of similar to like California in a way, as far as like a lot of races being in one place, is New York. That's the only place I could see like the same kind of like mixture of people. But outside of that, everything's like kind of like either white or black, or Hispanic and white and black, or or Asian white and black, or however it's thrown out. You know what I'm saying? This is, but more so like on the West Coast, primarily in California. I think that we're like the most diverse, and I think that's why, like for us, it's a little bit easier to like why we're able to like get along with people a little bit better, because we've been exposed to so much different things. You know what I mean? Like, so, and not even deal with the racism like that much either.
And even in California, like if you go somewhere else, you get that label of you're a Californian, you're this type of way, you're this type of person, and it's like, come on now, we're all American. So I don't know. I just feel like there's too much.
I think it's because everybody wants to compete, like deep down, like everybody has like this competitive like edge about them. And it's like I'm not trying to compete with nobody, bro. Like we all kind of go to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody trying to go to the same destination one way or another on this I guess it's pathway to happiness and success. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not trying to stop on your grind or get in your way, or I'm not like measure myself to you or compare myself to you, or like or downplay your shit because my shit's hot or whatever. Like, nah, man, that shit don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like we all going to the same we all run the same race, bro. Like it's a marathon, you know what I'm saying? Like shit gotta still keep going. Exactly.
We all have the same result.
Exactly.
Like we're all gonna end up dying. You can die from
like
COVID.
I heard,
it doesn't matter. We're all
like guy got a what they say? Guy has like we all have an expiration date at the end of the day. Everybody got an expiration date, so you just gotta try to make life what it is before the expiration date comes to, But,
and so we got these obstacles. We got this presidential election race, which we made it out of. There wasn't a civil war.
I think we'll see it through
which
someday.
We're still dealing with, but I mean, we'll make it out of it. It's just, So it's like in this
the only question you really got to ask is what's the next thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's always going to be something else.
There's always like just in our life, like there's so many different tragedies and things that we have experienced. Like shit, we were fifth grade, 9/11 happened, then there was a war, and then we got the fucking it
after
seems like racial tensions popped back up in 2009.
Like I think Oscar Grant, like that was the one that like kind of kicked it off.
It's like maybe and it's like maybe that was kind of maybe we just weren't seeing it because like I mean social media wasn't as big as it was, and then maybe it started becoming bigger then, but it just seemed like that was like the turning point where it just like it's been bad, and so it's like we have to go through some shit, and it's just like as the years go, we're in 2020, you would think it would get easier, but it just seems like there's just more and more things to deal with. Like it seems like it's like
the only thing that came out of it is like
ain't
no more whites only, blacks only sign. You know what I'm saying? Like That's the only thing I got out of that, and no more like you got to sit in the back of the bus type shit. That's it. We can go to school together. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it just felt like it just felt like everything went back. Like any progress all like kind of got erased damn near, and we all went back. And it's like, and then I start to think like maybe
yeah,
this
yeah,
COVID was like a reset, like to get everybody kind of
right.
like they
And
reset the
and it's crazy
economy,
like
they
that you mentioned
reset
that too
like they're
because
just
like
resetting
just
life.
look at the timeline of it, right? So 2020 happens. Not even like 2 months into 2020, COVID, like the whole lockdown shit, right? They had the lockdown for 3 months from March to June. And
Yeah,
June, that's when things were supposed to get better, right? June happens, George Floyd dies. So it puts everybody in this
yeah,
fucking like everybody's home and sees it now. So it's like this big national like wake up call for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think all like I said, I think all of this is happening on purpose, like for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like hopefully some good could come out of it. I know a
yeah,
lot of bad is coming out of it and probably worse things can happen from it. But, hopefully a lot of people more people are like becoming more unified. I've definitely been seeing that. A lot more people like locking arms together and
yeah,
as people from other races starting to see like the pain that we have to go through like on a day-to-day basis, like, you know.
yeah. But at the same time, it's like I'll take it back to 9/11. We the tragedy, everybody was kind of together, locking arms and stuff, and then it all turned again. So it's like, is
Probably
everything,
so.
all this progress, is it going to turn in a couple
Probably
years?
so, because they're
It's
gonna
very
they're gonna
like,
have some other shit happen, and then all of a sudden we're gonna be looking at this one
like
particular race, like, oh, you guys did that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all it's gonna take, unfortunately.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, I don't know, my conspiracy theory is still, it's kind of radars going off, and it's like, I don't know, it feels like somehow, and I don't know how it could be set up, but it just feels like this was all set up to where it's like you get the COVID Corona thing, and then the George Floyd in at the same time, and it's like that George Floyd situation was weird. It's like
Right.
the dude who killed him. It's just like, why would you do that? Like, do people not think like do you have that much hate in your
For
heart to
nine
where it's
for
like
nine fucking
you
minutes,
just
like
put your
8 minutes or
knee
however
on his
long it
neck?
was.
Like like my worst enemy, I don't mean I don't have any enemies, but like my worst enemy, like I'm not taking the
Yeah,
time to
no,
put my knee on his neck for 9 minutes. Like it's like you're already taking the man to jail. It's like, I don't know, it was weird. Like I don't know. Like I just felt like maybe he was a plant.
oh yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
like he was there to stir some shit up. Who sent who sent him? Like I don't know if they got a fucking lab where they're like sending out people to like go stir some shit up, but it just seems
Hmm.
weird. Like why are we
Right.
in this again? Like taking it back to the '60s type of stuff. Like I don't know. Like people, I don't know. You just gotta like, I don't know. People gotta live their life
Especially
with
when you got
common
body
sense.
cameras.
So like, if you're a police officer, why would you do some dumb shit like that? Yeah, and it's just like it was just weird. I don't know. This whole everything that's been happening is just, it just seems weird. Like it seems
Exactly. You
like
would
this
think
stuff
that we
should
came like
not
a
be
long way from it,
happening in
especially like
2020.
with like the help of like technology and social media that kind of like should, I guess, unify people. You know what I'm saying? Like in a way, because it's like this is like the wave of the future, and we're trying to carry this kind of torch on
Yeah,
for younger generations. And it's like
yeah,
the mere fact that this is kind of scaling things back in a way to those old times. It's like what the fuck, dude? Like all this work.
yeah. It's like,
But then again, like I like we were saying earlier. Oh, not to cut you.
and it's like,
What are you gonna say?
and it's
Oh,
like,
but I was gonna say like just like how we were
no, it's all
saying
good.
just a
All
minute
good.
ago,
No,
like
it's all good.
since the '60s, it feels like we didn't really like shit didn't really happen. You know what I mean? Like all that civil rights stuff. Like, what do we really get out of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the I don't know. It's just weird.
yeah, yeah. We're just kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's just right back to where it was. Cause like I don't know. It's like all the racist people, and maybe it's because of Trump. But it's like all the racist people kind of came out the woodworks and just
Mm-hmm.
kind of popped up. Like, oh, hello, I'm still here. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe we were younger, but it's like I don't remember like before Oscar grants.
Right.
Like, I don't remember too many things. Like, I remember like people talking about the Rodney King stuff, but we were like what 2 years old, 1 years
Right.
old. It's like I don't remember, but it's like maybe that was just
Mm-hmm.
because social media wasn't that big and they didn't really broadcast it, and then it's like it got bigger, so it's like it's on the grand
Right.
stage
Which is
now. So
good,
it's like
because now
things
we can
get kind
see
of
like,
exposed a lot easier
okay, this
than
shit's
they
getting,
used to.
this shit's happening in the world. If you're paying attention, some people don't pay attention. Some people are just like, oh, well, I got to go get a check anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. And then it's like kind of takes it back to it's like how is those things those type of things still happen? It's like how are we still having like pandemics type of thing? Like they couldn't get like almost it's about to be a year in a couple months, and it's like they couldn't get it under control type of thing. Like Obama didn't he supposedly Ebola was going to be a thing and he stopped it. It's just like
I thought the thing
I
with
don't know.
Ebola,
I
I think
started
that
thinking
thing
like,
been
is this
out
shit
like since the
true?
80s
Like,
or some
where did
shit.
it just come from?
Like an Africa.
Yeah. Remember that it was like it was one of Obama's years, and it was like a big thing, and they're like,
Yeah, I
hey,
think no, because
Ebola's coming, and
it
then
was like
Obama
a
like stopped it
similar
or
situation
whatever.
to COVID. I think somebody came to the U.S. that had it. Like they came, like they went to Africa or something and came back with it. And then when they found out who it was, they instantly like grabbed that dude up and put him in the hospital, had him surrounded, and like they kind of like kept that shit under wraps. But like with this same thing, somebody came over, but they didn't do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Okay.
the shit spread, and one by one, they just kept letting people coming in from other countries and shit. Primarily from like Asia and like all the other countries like that had it early. And then I don't know.
But and it's like the other countries. I don't know if like say like China, maybe they're probably not even saying the true like their true numbers of people who had
Yeah,
it
because
or died from it. But
because
it's like
with them
other
countries, they
countries are
tell
like
motherfuckers to stay
have
inside.
no
They staying
cases now.
inside. Like they ain't playing. Like you go outside, you going to jail. Like they ain't playing with people out here. It's just like, well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, just wear your mask, and we just hope for the best. Or if you're not wearing your mask, well, just stay 6 feet. Like, and people doing what they want to do.
And yeah, at 6 feet, at 6 feet don't do shit. And it's like you tell people to wear their mask, and they'll be like in a whole horde of people, and they'll have the mask covering their mouth but not their nose. It's like, what's the point? You might as well
Exactly.
take the shit off and lick the goddamn ground or something. Because it's like, what are you stopping if your nose is exposed? So I don't know, man. People, I don't know, man. I still don't know what to think of it. But it's
It
probably one of
happens.
those things like I
Exactly.
don't want to get sick or nothing, but it's like people don't believe it until it happens to them type of stuff. Like all them like politicians, like there's a couple
Mm-hmm.
politicians
You
who
sure
are like,
did.
this is stupid. You don't have to wear a mask, and then I think one of them died or something like that. So it's like, but then it's like Trump gets corona and he's fucking walking around 2 days after getting out the hospital or whatever, and it's just like I don't know,
That
like
dude,
you're an
man.
unhealthy 70
Like,
something year old
and on top of that, it's like,
fat
bro, don't
man.
nobody
Like,
got the
come on now,
diabetes, right? You're the
who you
fucking president
fooling?
and you rich. So, like, of course you're going to get the best treatment and whatnot. So, and plus he was
Yeah.
like all jacked up on like steroids or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, he wasn't healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
he
if
was still sick.
but the thing is,
Yeah.
all these damn medicines or steroids. Like if you ever go to like the ER or something, they just give you hella steroids, and it's just like it was weird. I remember like when my wife, she was pregnant, and we had to go to the ER, and I think they gave because I think she was like she's having problems breathing, and I think they gave her like a steroid. And then I
Yeah.
heard because you're like in the ER, you're just like you're separated by curtains, like with everybody else. And like I heard them walking around to every single person. I kid you not, and they're like, "Hey, have you ever had a
Oh shit.
steroid before? Because we're gonna give you this steroid." And it's like, what the fuck? What type of shit is this? like everybody there, like, oh yeah, like they walked in there, told my wife, oh, we're like,
Oh,
cause I think
hell
she had
no.
asthma, and they were like, oh, we're gonna give you this steroid for your breathing problem, and then like they closed the curtain, and then they were walking around to every single person who went in there, and I just heard them kept saying, oh, this is gonna be we're gonna give you a
Yeah, I have
steroid.
on
I was
Netflix.
just like, this shit is weird. Like, you ever seen the show Black Mirror?
Uh,
Like, yeah, I was like, I kind of feel like I was in an episode of Black Mirror. Like, what the fuck?
man,
Like, is everybody
yeah,
coming in
nah,
with the same
that
fucking
shit's spooky,
symptom, and they
man.
just giving everybody
That's why I don't
steroids?
go.
Like, it was weird. I'm like, this. We're gonna give you a
Man, I'm
steroid,
about to
and
do
it's
the
just like,
natural
I
way if
guess
I
all
ever had a
medicine
kid,
is
man. Have that shit in the
steroids. Like,
bathtub
I
at
don't
the
know.
house.
That's expensive too. Yeah, you got because I remember like the nurse when we were having our baby, like I think she was gonna transition from
Yeah,
being like a nurse to being like a home. I forget what they're called, but like the people who give like the home
no, I
births.
wouldn't do that neither. I mean, I'll
Like she
just
was
do it
saying, like
personally
she was
myself.
like giving us prices and stuff, and I'm like, man, get them out of here.
If I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of squirmish, so I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
about.
suggest that. That'll definitely be an episode of Black Mirror. You're trying to give birth to a fucking baby in the fucking bathtub. Some crazy stuff, man.
Oh shit, man. We like what, an hour in? You trying to wrap this up? Yeah. All right, y'all. So that was an episode here.
Wrap it up.
Stay tuned for
Yeah, we can
more
wrap it up.
episodes coming soon.
And we'll be back.
All right, cool.
I
Signing
got to
out.
work on my closing statement, but we'll be
Peace.
back. We'll give you another episode soon.